We are reading from the Manahasiksha book by Raghunath Das Goswami, and currently we are reading the commentary on verse 1 by His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. It's a really profound instructions that we have to imbibe if he wants to deliver our soul from the nations of this material existence. So I will continue reading it. Please hear it attentively. Hearing attentively means something that you may like it, dwell on it constantly, and see how you can put into the practice. That's real hearing. So he says further that we should just cast away our pride. Pride generates attachments. Pride is our way to exist in this world. Pride is the roles we are playing. It is easy to say, cast away your pride. But can we cast away our pride? How can we exist without any kind of self concept in which we feel satisfied? We can't. Giving up pride means take off all false coverings, all this armor that you have put on. Give up all pride of the roles you are playing here. But what is the problem that we immediately face when we hear this advice? We are told, give up all the roles that you are playing here in this world. Stop being a man or a woman, a mother or a father. Stop being a Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya or Brahmana. Essentially, what Raghunath Das Goswami is instructing us to unrest. Because all of these selves are the clothes that we have put on. How would we feel if suddenly we had to, even if not physically, but at least internally, uncover ourselves? We would feel unprotected and defenseless. Pride is a shield and armor that we have created, a shell that we have put on. We are like oysters. On top, we have a shell, and we are inside thinking, I'm fine. I have protected myself. Let them try to hurt me. When we hear the advice to become a small, defenseless souls and take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, completely giving up pride, it is very difficult to follow this advice and abandon our pride. Why? Because we have suffered a great deal. We worry that if we become as humble as possible, others will exploit us. And that may very well happen. This is why, at first glance, it may seem that such advice is impractical. This is the internal work that we must do. Sada dambham hitva kuru ratim apurvam atitaram. We must try hard to obtain our spiritual identity. This is the advice of the first verse. We can externally remain what we are, and we must remain what we are, playing different roles. But internally, we must remain a tiny soul who is constantly linked with the Krishna by millions of ties, and who is always looking for ever new ties, forever new affection for Krishna. That's why our Acharya says our journey is not stagnant. We should always look forward for the change in our devotional practice, ever increasing, new tune, new ways. How can we remember Krishna constantly? In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada tell a story about the Narad Muni that illustrate this point very well. He met with one of the uh, great cobra, and Narad Muni advised him to give up this enviousness, and he preached to cobra, and finally cobra became a devotee. So it is this fact that when you change suddenly, there will be a difficult time also, because rather than biting and looking, hissing and biting, he was smiling to every one of them. So then finally what happened? Then nobody cared for the cobra. They were harassing him rather than living alone even, because he never act with the enviousness. So then he again approached Narad Muni and asked him that you give me the advice, but look what is my conditions. I became very meek, I become very humble. I don't bite anybody. I don't do anything. I don't do any hissing to them. I don't raise my hood. But look at that, people are throwing rock at me, try to kill me. So then the Narad Muni advised him, I didn't tell you not to raise your hood. I just tell you not to bite. So similarly, we have to be very, very practical in our applications. That whenever we want to do something new, for sure criticism is on the way. And you have to become so fixed internally that cannot deviate it by the external thing. And that we must go on playing this part that we have to play. But inwardly we must ceaselessly pray to Krishna and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the perfection of our life. Raghunath Das Goswami has been kind to us. And tomorrow he'll be revealing another secret to us, to become free from the pride, to become attached to our spiritual masters. That we will cover tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining that early morning. May Krishna give us the strength to always remain totally absorbed by hearing the transcendental sound vibrations and cleanse the misgiving, ignorance and illusions that we have been carrying in our heart for many, many lives. So this is the chance. Thank you very much again. Let's give our mind and heart